Hi, you guys. I'm really excited about today's practice. We're going to be really focusing on the liver. And the liver has over 500 functions. It's super, super important. It governs all the other organs as well. Hi, Dieter. And some symptoms of a liver that's not operating at 100% is can be swollen in the lower abdominal area for women. It can be eye issues, anger, moodiness, allergies, troubles digesting food, all kinds of different things. So today we're going to really focus on letting the meridian, the liver meridian flow. So what is a meridian now? So a meridian is a subtle energy line. It's energy lines that we can't see, but if we really can start to tune into them, we can feel them. And our organs, they all work together, but they all have an energy line, a subtle energy line, which is a meridian. And so if one of those meridians I'm going to keep an eye on time here. If one of those meridians get kinked, it's like a water hose, right? And it can't flow freely. So we want to really focus on unkinking those meridians. And I mean, acupuncture tries to do the same thing. Yin yoga does the same thing. We are going to do a practice that mixes yin and yang together. So here we go. We are going to start by, well, let me first introduce you to the meridian. The meridian starts at the big toe and it comes to the inside of the leg and up the front of the body. So we're going to work on opening up all of that area. So let's start in a V sit. Now this V sit is not a wide V sit, all right? It's in fact only as wide as you need to go to grab the big toes. So we're going to be grabbing the big toes with the two fingers and the thumb, all right? And then we hook it like that. So if you've ever wondered why in yoga, in your yoga classes, or you see on TV, you're always grabbing your big toe, a lot of the reason is because it starts to stimulate not just the liver meridians, but a bunch of other meridians that are in or pass through the big toe. So let's start there. I've got my handy dandy phone here for time and hinge forward from the hips, remembering to sit on something if you need to elevate the hips. And we're just going to take 5 deep breaths here. Breathing in through the nostrils, down the back of the throat. Try to get the air to the very pit of your lungs. The core is engaged. Last deep breath. Good, now release the big toes. Take the legs a little wider if you need to, remembering to press something underneath the knees. We're moving into our yin hold. Hinge from the hips and either over a bolster, pillow, and just round out. This is how one where we can round out the belly, excuse me, the back. We'll be here for 2 minutes-ish. Deep breaths, and try to imagine those energy lines opening up. Just take the attention to your intention, and that's good enough to help open up those energy lines. Relax the head, continue your breath. 5 more deep breaths here. Remembering to let go so we're not hanging on and engaging any muscle here. On your 5th breath, or after that, inhale to come up. Yes. And then let's close the legs nice and slow, all right? Kind of like book covers. I remember nice and slow when I yanked that leg in. I was like, oh yeah. All right, guys. So hands behind the back and just windshield wiper the legs right to left. What do you think about that, Judy? I swear you just look at the dog in the eyes and he thinks you want to play with him. Not to get it the way. Oh yes, the sacrum loosening up. So we're going to go into a pose that a lot of people have a love-hate relationship with. All right. So come through seated, and then you're going to come into hero pose. Hero pose is just sitting the hips on the heels. But I'm going to turn this way because I want to show you something. We're going to move into a toe pose. That means you're going to take the bottoms of the toes down onto the ground, push the heels into the tops of the feet, hips into the heels. You can leave the hands on the ground or not. We're just holding this for 5 to 10 breaths. If you need longer, please press pause. But we are really starting to open up that meridian in the bottom of the feet, the big toe. You can come all the way up if you want. If that's too much, stay right here with me. Sink into the heels. Sink into the feet. And when you're done, take the hands out in front, lift the hips away from the heels and take the toenails down to the mat. Hips back onto the heels, hands behind you. If you want to lift the knees, do so. This may feel good to some of you this won't work. All right, your body just doesn't want to do it. Just accept that. It's okay. It's not going to make or break you, I promise. It's just a nice little stretch. Just skip it if you need to. And release. All right, you guys. Stay where you are, okay? And so from here, I want to take us into downward facing dog. So let's go through tabletop first. Once you're in tabletop, practice engaging the core. Push down into the hands, gazes straight down, draw the navel in and up on an exhale. Fingers are spread. Let's tuck the toes again. See a common theme here? Lift up into downward facing dog. There we go. Bend and straighten the knees if that feels good. And to start with, we're all going to bend the knees, both knees. Lift the tailbone high, take the belly to the thighs. What you think about that, Dieter? Yes. And then start to straighten the knees out if you can, heels to the floor, or at least searching for the floor. All right, now look in between your thumbs. That's where your right foot is going to go. Take the right foot there. Hold here in your low lunge for 5 breaths. Remember to use blocks or something to lift the ground up and you up. 5 deep breaths. Pushing down, energy out, energy in. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, straighten the front leg. You can lift the front heel, keep or toes. Back heel stays lifted. And exhale, lower into lunge. 4 more, just like that. Inhale, exhale. Shoulders rolling down towards the hips. Inhale, keep them comfy. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Notice we're still onto the big toes in the back, all right? Inhale, exhale. Back knee drops, and check this out. Press back just a little bit, all right? Turn the toe of the back foot in, knee is out. The right leg goes out to the side. So I'm gonna turn around here. You're in a child's pose. That is a one-legged child's pose. Hips to heels. Walk the hands out. Breathe here. 5 deep breaths. 4, 3, 2, and to come out. Inhale, hands underneath the shoulders. Now, before you come up, guys, take the weight off of your straight leg. Take it onto the left leg, then bring the straight leg in. We move to the other side, downward facing dog. Oh, yes. Full downward facing dog. Notice one side may feel different than the other side, and that's okay. 5 breaths. Soft gaze. Again, look between the thumbs. Left foot goes there this time. 5 breaths in your low lunge. Now lift the back knee, press out through the heel. Keep breathing. Inhale, straighten the front leg, lift the toes. Exhale, lower. Now, if you don't straighten the front leg completely, that's okay, guys. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, trying to keep a nice long spine the whole time. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Back knee down. Straighten the front leg just a tad bit. And pull the back foot in. Half child's pose. Feeling the inner thigh open up. 5 breaths here. Inhale to rise. If you want to stay there longer, I completely understand. Again, take the weight off of the straight leg, then bring it in, moving straight to the belly. Oh, yes. So from here, we have cobra pose. Wrists are underneath the shoulders, elbows are back, toes are flat. Inhale, keep the hips on the mat, lift up, and we're holding for 5 breaths here. Draw the shoulder blades down. We're not trying to put crunch in the lower back. That's not what it's about. It's actually about length and then opening up the front body. Again, imagine those meridian lines moving more smoothly. And exhale, lower. And rest here. Turn your head to the side, right ear on the mat. Wiggle your hips around. Ah. And lift up back into downward facing dog. Oh, yes. 5 more breaths. And coming back to seated. Oh. Sitting comfortably. Before you move on with your day, with a comfortable seat, a long spine, and relaxed hips, 5 deep breaths. Slow exhale.